second base with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight. And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Rob Neises Memorial Race here from the Talladega Superspeedway. We are thrilled, ecstatic that you are joining us here tonight for a race honoring the legacy of not only a sim racer, not only a great person, a great man, but a true friend to so many in this racing league, this community, Robbie Neises, who passed away just a few weeks ago. Welcome in, folks. This is JTN's coverage of the Rob Neises Memorial Race with our friends, of course, hosting here at the Bomb Squad Racing League. I'm JoeTowNetwork. I'll be taking you through our coverage here tonight. It's the Talladega Superspeedway for what will be a thrilling 94 laps in honor of Robbie. It's going to be a fun time here tonight, folks, and we're so glad you are joining us. Encourage you throughout the night, if you have memories to pass along, please put those in the chat. We'll try to read them off as the night goes on, talk about them, and just, again, celebrate the life of Robbie Neises here from Talladega. Qualifying's about to get kicked off, so drivers are going to get out there on track, get their starting spots for tonight's big event. We got 94 laps here for these drivers, 50% race of a traditional NASCAR Cup Series event. Going to be a long one, going to be a grueling night of racing action. Again, can't thank you enough for joining us for this special start time. This 2.67 mile super speedway, it's known for all the quick pace that we can get around this place, but the long, treacherous corners, the long green flag runs that always seem to give way to a big crash, and one in which that might take out a few contenders or might not. You never know here at the Talladega Superspeedway. Always unpredictable, always a show, always a thrill, fitting of what tonight's event means for all of these drivers and those in the community. So, as drivers get out there for qualifying for what some may consider not important, but others would tell you this is the most important 2 laps they're going to turn all night, we'll start to see those results tickle across the top of your screens at home. These ones are always, folks, if I can be honest with you at the start of one of these races, these ones are always, don't want to say the toughest, because that doesn't justify or quantify everything correctly. But these ones are always the ones that are the hardest to find the right words to start, especially as we are honoring those and Robbie here tonight that meant so much to our group, our community here. Great showing here tonight. A lot of drivers participating. Great to see. We'll get to run through those names as the night goes on. We'll get qualifying results as they come in, but great show of respect from all these drivers being here tonight. Going to be a fun time from Talladega. And again, so glad you are joining us here tonight. You're seeing those provisional qualifying times start to trickle across the top of your screens at home. Terry Scott right now at a 50-52, 50-51-7. Now it has moved over to Furco in the number 19. Some familiar names if you watched us on Thursday nights with our friends here at the Bomb Squad Racing League. Some unfamiliar names, if maybe that's the only place you've watched. Again, we'll take you through the drivers, take you through some of the special paint schemes here tonight. But yeah, gonna be a fun night of racing action here from the Talladega Superspeedway. Encourage you, if you haven't already, always encourage you to make sure that you like the videos. But more, again, tonight, more important, if you have some memories to share, please pass them along in the chat. Also want to send out our condolences, our prayers, our support to the Neises family as they go through this time. It's never easy. It's never easy to lose a loved one, and hope that we can provide some healing tonight, or some definitely a commemoration of the life and the legacy of Robbie here as we go for these 94 laps from the Talladega Superspeedway. So qualifying about to come to an end here this evening. As that occurs, and drivers get ready to go out for happy hour here tonight, all these drivers not lining up on pit lane, encouraging you at home as well to take part in a moment of silence in honor of Robbie Neises. Cars get out there on the grid here. You'll see the famed number 54 tonight, piloted by Brian Voiles, go to the front of the grid. He'll lead us through for our tribute laps here to start the night as these drivers get in formation behind Robbie's number 54 for tribute laps here at the start of our event. Thank you. As cars get going out here tonight, let's go ahead and take you folks through tonight's starting lineup for the Rob Neises Memorial at Talladega. On pole, it's the 91 of DJ Champ of 49.889. To his outside, it's going to be the 033 of Jeff Goodpaster. BSR Ricky J and BSR Silver Bullet will line up in row number 2. Jessica Shelton in the 94 and Kelly Causey in the 00 in row 3. BSR Tyler Mallon and Billy Ellisor in row number 4. The 88 of Grant Wesley and the 181 of Abby Powell round out your top 10. In row 6 tonight, it'll be the 21 of Randy Waugh and the 028 of BSR Monty Keller, who we will talk to shortly. Then it's the 66 of BSR Terry Scott and the 144 of BSR Magoo. BSR Mac Daddy in the 28 going to line up in 15th. To his outside, going to be the 095 of Wiley King. Seth Cole in the 07, the 33 of BSR Jimmy Dale, Brain Fade in the 49, David Cannon in the 003, the 03 of John Godfrey, the 021 of Aussie Bill, the 86 of Miller, the 2 of RJ Rusty, the 103 of Nelly, the 31 of Wings, the 19 of Furco, the 029 of Kilojoules, and the 54 of Brian Voiles. At your field here tonight from Talladega, let's go ahead. And before we get tonight's race kicked off, I want to dial up the driver of the 028. BSR Monty Keller. Monty, do you have a copy?
Yep. What's going on, Joe?
Hey, I'm getting ready to watch what will be a very, very fitting remembrance race here tonight. But Monty, I wanted to talk to you before the race because I know you had a special connection with Robbie, a special call and response. I don't know if you want to share that with the fans at home.
Just let me first say, my condolences to his family and his friends and, everybody that knew him. It was a sad day when I heard that Robbie died, but... Yo, Robbie!
And I know he's calling back to you out there. Monty, what does great field here tonight, great showing for all these drivers, 26 on the entry list. What does that mean for all these guys? Seeing such a, outward support from everyone across the community.
Oh, yeah, Robbie's a great guy. A lot of guys knew him. I mean, he raced everywhere. I think he was here for the camaraderie, not for the racing. He loved sim racing, but, all the stories that he told and, he's just a great guy all around. Loved sim racing.
Favorite memory?
All of them, I think. Just passing him every time passing. Robbie! Monte! I mean, he had a lot of health issues. You can tell he's not feeling good, but, just a great guy. I mean, he only had one leg.
Well, Monty, want to thank you for sharing some insights here and some good facts, man. It's going to be a fun time here tonight. Want to wish you the best of luck. And, go kick some butt tonight in that 028.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me. We'll see you, Robbie!
BSR, Monty Keller, he's the driver of the 028 here tonight. Could be going for that victory for Robbie Neises. Again, got about... happy hour is actually about concluded here, folks. We'll get ready to go racing in a few moments. Again, can't thank you enough for tuning in tonight. Share those memories throughout. Monty touched on it. Robbie was just a delight to be around. Always had a story. Always lit up the room. We're going to try to light it up for him here tonight. Have some fun at Talladega. So cars will get lined up here in a few moments. We'll get ready to go racing. Can't thank you enough again for tuning in tonight. Yeah, share those memories, share those thoughts, share here tonight. We're going to have a fun time. And it'll be DJ Champ on the pole in the number 91. To his outside, it'll be Ricky J. I believe. My memory's serving me correctly. Bristol already tore up the sheet. We recycle here at JTN. We actually don't. We don't even use paper. We use all digital interfaces. See, Ricky J was not outside pole. That's Jeff Goodpaster in the 033.
Drivers, please start your engines. We're racing a Canadian Tire Motorsport.
So the field rolls off again. DJ Champ on the pole. Jeff Goodpaster outside. Ricky J and Silver Bullet, row 2. Jessica Shelton, Kelly Causey, row 3. Row 4, Tyler Mallon and Billy Ellisor. And rounding out your top 10 tonight, Grant Wesley and Abby Powell. Again, always interesting in these races to see how the different leagues align. Of course, a Bomb Squad Racing League skewing field tonight. Majority of the drivers from that one. Got some RTG guys out there. A couple ECT. Gonna be fun. Be fun here tonight from Talladega. Gonna be fun, folks. Just gonna be fun. Just gonna have a good time. Amen to that, Big Jim. Amen. All right, anticipation is built throughout the day. A lot of fun runs, a lot of practice runs throughout the week. All preparing for tonight. 94 laps from the Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to give them hell tonight, boys. DJ Champ on the pole tonight in that number 91. A force to be reckoned with in qualifying. And he sealed the deal here after 94 circuits from the Talladega Superspeedway. Goodpaster to the outside in the 033 going to have something to say. Ricky, all these drivers going to have something to say here tonight. As the field makes their way to the tri-oval, virtual fans are on their feet. Maybe you are as well at home. Field at the ready. Flagman with green in hand. And we are racing here from the Talladega Superspeedway. Green flag, we're underway. Jumbled start there midway through the pack. DJ Champ now clear of both lanes. Ricky J in second, now clear of both lanes as well. Single file top 2 down the back straightaway. 2 cars stuck on the inside. That's Jessica Shelton, Tyler Mallon. Jessica with the tribute scheme there. Robbie on the hood, tied on the side of that number 94 Dart. The outside line right now is a rollin'. Top 4 now all free. These drivers, knowing that there's 94 laps in this event tonight, I think going to be a little easy on the pedal here to start this thing. No need to slice and dice just yet. Take some laps, take some time. Justin to see too who starts to save some fuel here early on in this race. Typically can go about 18 laps on a tank here. We do the math, take 94 and divide it by 18 as I pull up my handy-dandy calculator. Puts us at needing 5.2 fuel runs, so maybe you can save that point too throughout this race and make it a 4-stop event. Silver Bullet pulling to the inside, trying to take some with him. Has Kelly Causey, Grant Wesley right behind him. Randy Watt as well in the 21. They're all going to dive to the bottom here and try to follow this 4-car up to the lead. Bullet always a threat here on the super speedways. Always shows good pace. Tonight, nothing out of the ordinary. Side by side now for the lead as we head down the back straightaway. Outside line gets the momentum, 91 back clear. You'll see that inside line pull even here through the center of turns 3 and 4. A little bit of a wiggle there from the 93 and 91, maybe a bad bump. Tough to tell from that set of cameras. As they make their way off of turn number 4, the 4 car's starting to edge ahead here, entering the tri-oval, and that's what you want to be. You want to be about even off the corner. And then if you can get clear here through the tri-oval and your silver bullet, maybe you don't feel too loyal to that 00 behind you right now, you can try to take a swipe to get back in front of the outside line, although the inside line's starting to build. Now have Abby Powell there in the 181, the 18 of Tyler Mallon, and the 144 of Magoo. Silver bullet free and clear, jumps up to the outside line to take some of its momentum away. Kelly Causey, though, with a good run there on the bottom. See DJ Champ hard on the back bumper of the number 4 as we head back down into turn 3. See if that 4-car silver bullet jumps to the bottom. He's going to stay on the outside. That'll allow Kelly Causey to get a run here coming off of turn number 4. Here comes the 00 with help from the 88. They're still side by side here, heading down into turn number 1. Side by side for second, now side by side for the lead. Again, inside line has that advantage through the corners. Causey now clear. Have to think that 00 is thinking about taking the 88 with him. Randy Waugh is also there in that 21. Know that Randy probably wants to get the win here tonight. Has the Crimson Tide colors aboard that number 21 Dodge Charger. As is per usual for Randy. Overbullet has to be careful. Don't get stuck in that sucker hole. DJ Champ had an opportunity there to put that 4-3 wide middle. Causey now clear, as well as Grant Wesley, so they both pull up into that outside line, and now the numbers start to wane on the inside. Randy Waugh now has to be the leader. How well can he do there as Silver Bullet dives back to the bottom? Silver Bullet never happy unless he's in the race lead at one of these super speedways. Always trying to get to the front. And that's where the two philosophies in super speedway racing really show. Like, Silver Bullet's a good example of that driver that wants to get to the front, wants to be out front, not going to waste any time about it. I want to be the leader. I want to control this race. Compared to a guy like, I don't know, Brian Voiles, who tonight is in that 54. He usually kicks out in the back. Sometimes, if he qualifies up front, he'll stay up front. But tonight looks like he's kind of staying in that back half of the field to start this race. Hasn't really made any headway to try to get to the front of the field. David Cannon in the 003. Drop to the back there as DJ Champ gets to the bottom in front of Ricky J. They both get down there, and with a good run off of turn number 4, DJ Champ will go back to the race lead. Into the tri-oval, though. Pack is splintered behind them. Something happened there, folks, that really made things uncomfortable. DJ Champ gets back out in front, was clear there off the corner, didn't get up in front of Causey. Now thinking about it, as Ricky J is not right on the bumper of that 91, that's really going to stall out their momentum on the bottom. So, contact! 00 into the wall. Everyone going to get around Kelly Causey. Causey, though, will not be happy with DJ Champ there. A mistake, a misfortune for the 00. But Kelly Causey goes from the penthouse to the outhouse lap number 9. See Benjamin Snyder, Greg Stanzowski, Zach, all in chat. Magoo in chat, he's out there on track as well. And of course, Miss Kathy Voiles tuning in tonight. Welcome in, Kathy. Hope everyone is doing fine on this Saturday evening. Appreciate you guys tuning in a couple hours early tonight as well, and all these drivers for coming out a couple hours early. For what's already been a little tense here at the front. Thought in those first couple laps we were going to single out. We were just going to kind of ride, but that was not the case, folks. We're already getting racy here at the front. Everyone trying to push through to the race lead. So as they get single file here, saw the 94 Jessica Shelton. Seeing in chat, there's the 07 of Seth Cole. Well, we appreciate being on the big screen tonight, Kathy. You see that 07 Seth Cole honoring Robbie as well. But now out front, getting single file. Again, closing in on green flag pit stops. Not surprising to see these drivers trying to get things single file. Ellisor up a few spots. Monty Keller also up a few. Started this race. Of course, Brian's and Robbie's traditional 54 tonight, kind of leading the second pack of cars. It's KJ Furco and David Cannon. Kelly Causey has lost touch with those four. Again, folks, as we close in on these green flag pit stops, going to be interesting to see how these drivers, how well they pit together. A couple new faces that might not be totally familiar with everyone's breaking points. Always a little tepid at the start. That first cycle of green flag pit stops can be a very nerve-wracking one. By very nerve-wracking, I mean super nerve-wracking, like... like, terrifying nerve-wracking, like... oof, nerve-wracking. If I put enough obscure, subdued sound effects behind it for you... Cars coming to pit lane here. Randy Waugh, the first. Abby Powell, Terry Scott, Miller, Nelly. So 5 come together here. Looked like everyone got down safe and A-OK. Have to watch the speed. You do not want to get caught speeding here at Talladega. You will lose way too much time. You'll lose the draft, and it is over if that happens for you. Ellisor dropping to the bottom. Have to think that the 87's coming down pit lane here as well. And we got cars crashing, folks. Oh my god, one's flipping, that's Wiley King. Caution, gonna be out here for the first time tonight as chaos ensues coming to the pit lane. And for the drivers that already pit. And for one BSR Magoo, things might be okay. Let's get you a replay of what happened. It's like Goodpaster breaks loose. Let's go wide here. They're wrecking behind. Seth Cole's going around. Wiley King going for a tumble. Let's see what happened to these guys. Ooh, Seth Cole got in the transition there, and I think it just upset the race car. Causes a big melee. Oh, Wiley King got hit by the 03. Godfrey. My goodness, big hits here. Wiley King's probably still spinning. Look at this. Oh, got into Jessica Shelton. Sometimes, folks, you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield, and a couple guys, Wiley King was the bug and the windshield there, unfortunately. Let's go on board with the 095. Here's being the bug, and here's the windshield. It's still kind of, and then here's the bug again. Not too many drivers can say they did that in one incident. But Wiley out of this race here tonight in the 095. So as cars get out there, let's go ahead and I'll wait until he gets back going. We have a few drivers that asked if they could talk to us throughout the night, one of which is the driver of the 144. Once he gets caught up here, let's see if we can't dial up BSR Magoo. This is also me giving him hopefully a couple of seconds because I know Magoo watches. BSR Magoo, this is Joe up in the JTN booth. You got a copy?
I sure do, Joe. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great. I think you're doing pretty spectacular there. You stay out, avoided whatever happened there coming to pit lane. What'd you see out the windshield?
I really didn't know if I was going to make it back around. I needed to pit that lap, but it was just too much carnage, so I pretty much just coasted around. I really don't know what happened. There was too much smoke for me to see. I didn't even see the entrance to pit lane, so I don't know what happened. I think some chatter's going on that might have been. Well, I don't even want to say the number because there's just too much going on.
Well, hey,
what did you see?
Oh, I saw one car get on the transition, get a little cockeyed, and then it was on from there.
Yeah, I can see the black marks going through the grass. I'm just going back in to top off. I kind of want to just that was gonna cycle me through up to the front of the field, and I really don't want to be up there right now, not yet.
Well, hey, you won last time that we were out here at Talladega with these cars, so know you got a good track record behind you. So trust the process that you and this 144 team are doing. Wanted to ask you though. Obviously tonight you organized this event. You organized the vast majority of the events here at Bomb Squad. What does it mean to have the support, the car count, the drivers all here tonight, racing in memory of Robbie?
Man, this is just really an incredible day for me, being part of this clubhouse, and probably the first time we've done one of these races with absolute zero prizes, and we did that on purpose, for two reasons, really. A, just to bring out the crowd that really loved and wanted to support the memory of Robbie Neises, and he's been everywhere in the sim racing community. I don't think there's a clubhouse he hasn't raced at. So I'm real happy to see the guys come out and show up for this race with no prizes. It means a lot to me. Robbie was a great guy, man. I wish we would have had more time. You know, reflecting back, we spent a lot of time on the phone, a lot of time on TeamSpeak. You know, we got real close there, and then that things happen. You know, evidently there is a need for some sim racing in heaven. So they snatched a good one to get some laughter and some gab going up there, and maybe start a sim racing league up above. But I know Robbie's looking down on us right now, and I know he's happy to see his car out there up in the front. Hopefully we get that car across the checkered flag with wind tonight.
That would be a sight to see. Magoo, again, appreciate you as always putting these together, bringing us out, allowing us the privilege of calling tonight's race. Before we let you go here, because I think we should be getting one to go when we get across the line, any closing remarks from you before I send you back up to your admin duties and your race oversight duties?
Well, I'd like to thank yourself, Joe, and JTN for all the broadcasts you've done through us for all the seasons, and you've covered all of our special events for us, and you've done top-notch broadcasting. You know, I want to thank ECT for all their support, and RTG for coming out, and all the other clubhouses that tried to make it. But you know, we're all grown ups. People got jobs and things going on. So again, it means a lot to me for the people that did show up. We've got a big field tonight, and we're stacked with talented drivers. So it should be a great race and a great show. And I'm having an awesome time. But thank you, Joe.
Hey, it's always our pleasure. Goo, again, best of luck here throughout the rest of the race. Hope we're talking with you down in Victory Lane, because I missed it when you won that cup race earlier this year. Want to talk to you in Victory Lane. That's on my bucket list of things to do here. Best of luck, and yeah, go get them here tonight.
Thank you, Joe. I'll try to put her in the circle.
Sounds good. BSR Magoo, he's the driver of the 144. Going to be restarting out towards the back of the field here when we get back green, this time at the line. So field makes their way through turns 3 and 4. David Cannon now out in front. So those cars that had pit that first time around before we got the caution, or John Godfrey, excuse me, they changed their paint scheme so I wouldn't make that mistake, and I still made it, so apologies. But John Godfrey out in front of the field here for the restart. Silver Bullet there in second. RJ Rusty, Brain Fade, Abby Powell, your top 5. Coming back to green, coming to lap 23 of 94 here from Talladega. Green flag, and we're back underway. Top 2 able to bump draft away. Silver Bullet aggressive on the back bumper of that 03. And single file restarts here at BSR. So this field going to get strung out for a couple of laps as they start to build speed. And Silver Bullet already trying to look to take the race lead. No help behind. RJ going to drop down behind him now, so it'll give him more immediate help there from that 2 car. Although Silver Bullet going to think about driving up to the outside, although sees the momentum coming behind there on the bottom. Silver Bullet and RJ Rusty now both free and clear. They jump to the outside line. That leaves Abby Powell to lead the inside in that Oreo Chevrolet. Powell now jumping up, jumping down, jumping all around. There's some jostling here. His car is kind of darting between lanes. You have to be careful because that checkup, it goes back and back and back throughout the rest of the field. Harder and harder to check up for that car in front of you because each one checks up just a little bit more than the one previous. Just over a quarter of the way through this one here at Talladega. It's now Miller with the race lead with help from Grant Wesley in that Quaker State Menard Chevy. And don't look now, there's Tyler Mallon. And also, hey, there's KJ in the 029. We were talking about him hanging out in the back throughout the start of this race. He's now up inside the top 5. Top 3 are now single file here into turns 1 and 2. All electing to stay in that outside line. Wesley with the race lead in that 088 car. And again, patient to wait and see if these drivers at some point in this race try to just single it out, or if we're going to see these two lanes. We saw them single out coming to pit road, coming to pit stops, but I want to see if we start a run and if we stay in that single file freight train, if these drivers are content to ride around or if they want to be aggressive trying to push their way to the front of the field. It's always an interesting dynamic as you see Silver Bullet again jump into the bottom. We know that 4 car wants to be in the lead, so you know, as long as there's 2 or 3 guys that want to be in the lead, we'll constantly see racing at the front of this field. But if that wanes as the race goes on, that's when you start to see maybe things settle down just a little bit. I think the biggest thing to remember here, too, is that these drivers, this is a race that's a little bit longer than what they're used to here at BSR. A little bit longer of an event. Maybe you forget, maybe you don't, maybe you remember. Maybe you remember that from the get-go and you don't even think about making a change to what you normally do, but I would be quite interested to see if maybe some of these drivers forget that there's a couple extra laps in this race. Maybe they don't realize and they push the issue a little bit earlier on than what they probably should be. Hasn't been the case so far tonight, though. I think everyone's racing at a pretty steady clip. Seeing the side-by-side battle for the third spot. KJ there on the bottom. Abby Powell in the 181 to the outside. Godfrey and Silver Bullet getting really close. That outside line's been able to kind of fend off the attacks from the inside. Haven't seen anything sustain this run so far. I think the 18's just doing a really good job of pushing that 88 car right now, as the 29 is he's having some issues. AJ gonna go ahead and pull off and get to the back of the field here. I think that's might have been more of the reason why he was out back to start this race. Maybe realized he was having those problems. I shouldn't say maybe. He did. That's what an experienced sim racer would do, at least. Top 5 now all single file. Aussie Bill there, that Red Bull Holden. Welcome in, Josh. Let's see in chat. Maybe a little tied up on, I'm assuming on the road. At least tied up. Glad to see you make it out in viewership land. Alright, so we got about 7 or 8 laps before we have to make our next cycle of green flag stops, and already these top 5, 6 are now single file. They're starting to figure out what they want to do here a little bit. They're getting it sorted. Oh, that makes sense, that makes sense. As we're single file at the front of this field, Kazi has retired from the race. That gives us 2 cars out. I believe Wings is still out there in the 31. He is. He's a lap down, though. Only car a lap down right now. Furco, though, just ahead of the leaders. In danger of going a lap down if something doesn't happen here quick. And quick, because you can see that 19 out in front of the leading edge of the camera with a shot. They're going to be 3 wide. Furco, that lapped car on the outside. This is always a precarious spot when you're that lapped car, because you can't give up too much time, because you want to try to cling on to the back of this pack. And now going to be in a fight. Wings in that 31 is also a lap down. So now the 31 and the 19, they're in a battle to see who can get the lucky dog should a caution come out. Ooh, Furco. Oy vey. Wesley out in front. Again, now seeing good pass rate in that 033 start to lead an inside line once again. And waiting for pit stops. Should be happening by lap 40. And that will be when things start to get very, very interesting. Kind of watching things play out here. I mean, they're side by side, but now Ellisaur stuck by himself on the outside in that 87 car. I think, folks, as we get close to these pit stops, you want to be in that inside lane. See Abby Powell to the inside, Tyler Mallon. Want to be in that inside lane. You don't want to get run over from behind. You want to have as much runway in front. More than just slowing down to make it to that 55 mile per hour speed limit or 60 or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Does matter is if you are over it, you gotta make another trip down there. Car's coming to pit lane. That's Silver Bullet in the number 4. All by himself, though. Again, now this field getting too wide, so I think you got some guys in the bottom that want to pit, some guys on the outside that are not gonna pit this first time around, but would expect pit stops coming around here. Expect the 81 to be leading the way. Being by yourself at Talladega, that is very risky. Bryce, I wouldn't go as far to say that, because it's the only way to be safe pitting. Now, if I'm going to pit by myself, I always try to pit after everyone. See a large group of cars staying out here, large group coming to pit lane. Oh, the 3 going to get loose. He's going to save it. It's David Cannon. Everyone else gets back rolling. They're going to put this 4-car lap down. He's going to try to latch onto this draft to get up to speed as quick as possible. But again, going to be hard for Silver Bullet. As we approach halfway here from Talladega. Second pit stop of the night. Expect about 4 of these. Second large group of cars. Monty Keller, we got a crash. Seth Cole again involved. Silver Bullet runs into the side of the 07. Miller's around at pit entry. Caution going to be out for the second time for an incident coming to the pit lane. And let's get you a replay of what happened. I don't know if it starts with the 07 again. Oh, starts with the... This time it's the 33 getting on the transition and getting upset. There you see it. Contact. Furco does a good job splitting the middle there. And Silver Bullet's trying to slow down. He's not able to. Saw a secondary incident that happened after the one that caused the caution. I think helicopter's going to give us the best view of this, folks. '94 slowing. Oh, 87.028 made contact and under the 86. Oof, oof, oof. So one group gets an A+, the other group gets a See? Because some of them got to pit road. Let's go on board with Furco. He gets a front row seat for the incident that causes the caution. He's gonna get a pretty good look at that other incident there too. Off to the left. Oof. That brings out our second caution of the night. So all these cars that didn't get the opportunity to pit, they'll pit this time. All those cars that had pit, they'll stay out and they'll get some track position. Nelly will lead the way. Big oof. Big oof. Oof, Kev. So second caution of the night during green flag pit stops. So as we work this caution, I want to remind you, we got racing coming up here on JTN. We're live again tomorrow night from Pikes Peak with our friends over at the Fast Renegade Cup Series, Maverick Cup Series action, then returns from Watkins Glen on Tuesday, and then 1 week from then, we head to Michigan. Those races, of course, all going to be live right here only on JTN. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series in their off season. We'll be back for limited coverage in the next. Cars coming back down pit lane. It's a good opportunity to top off on fuel. And working our second caution of the night. So green flag pit stops have been troublesome, it seems. There's that transition onto the flat coming off of turn 4 has caught these drivers a couple times. Caught Seth Cole for that first caution. Catch Jeff Goodpaster here for the second. Not a great explanation for why that is, but I'd give you this. When you're behind the wheel of a race car, you can focus on so many things. You can focus on the cars behind you. You can focus on your own car. You can focus on what's out the windshield. You can focus on the racetrack itself. You can, like, all these different things to focus on. Sometimes it's a lot, folks. It is a lot. And I think that's what you're seeing here. There's a couple of these drivers, just a lot of things going on around them. Maybe you're watching out the rear view. You want to make sure you don't get run over. You don't slow down too quickly. So you're trying to help insulate those guys behind you from if they are to make a mistake. You're trying to insulate yourself. You're trying to do all these things all at once. And sometimes, folks, when you multitask too many things, cause an incident. I'll give you a good example. I worked in fast food in high school, all throughout high school. And in the mornings, I'd order take and I'd make coffees. All right, so I'd be order taking and I'd be making coffees, and I'd do them at the same time, and you're multitasking. Well, one time, and this is my favorite story to tell about this job, if that tells you about how good the 4 years working there was. One time, I'm there order taking, I'm making drinks, I'm making a coffee. It was like 3 creams, 2 sugars, whatever. It doesn't matter. Poured the coffee in, fine. No problem. No problem pouring the coffee in. However, take the lid for the coffee. It's a large coffee too, so about the size of your hand. If you got your hand maybe like 8 inches to a foot tall coffee. I don't know. That's not right. Probably closer to like 6 or 8 inches tall, but length of your hand, let's say. Maybe a little bit taller than that, maybe a little bit shorter depending on how big your hands are. I digress. Order taking, making coffees. Poured the coffee, grabbed the lid. I'm order taking with my left hand. I'm trying to put the lid on without looking at the coffee cup because my brain knows where that coffee cup is. Take the coffee cup, hand goes right in the cup, the lid falls out of the way, hand in the cup, whole hand is red, burnt my hand. Don't worry about it. I am waffling about coffee. We're under caution here. My point is, sometimes when you are multitasking, you make a mistake and you burn yourself in a thing of coffee. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Sometimes when you're multitasking, you burn yourself, and I think that's what we've seen here with these 2 incidents. Drivers trying to look what's behind them, look what's in front of them, get down to pit speed, make sure they don't run over anyone, make sure they don't get run over. I think that's what's caused our first 2 cautions of the night. We'll wait and see if that continues to be a trend, or if that's just a isolated incident here for yellows 1 and 2. Grant Wesley going to have control here for the restart, coming to lap 45 of 94. 3 laps away from halfway in this race from Talladega. Field at the ready behind the 88. And back away we go. Green flag. We're back underway here from the Talladega Superspeedway. Field makes their way down the back straightaway. Still single file up front. However, out back, and we'll stay at this battle because it's for 5th. Magoo's trying to get to the outside of DJ Champ. They get back single file. Now Nelly to the inside of the 03 of Godfrey. He'll make that pass. Try to take Abby Powell with him. Never mind. He gets up in front of the 03. Wants to get to that outside. And we're now getting double file up front. Here comes the 54, the Robbie Neises car, piloted by Brian Voiles, that Budweiser Dodge, trying to go to the race lead here with Ricky J in tow. They're wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door here, heading down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Watch this 54. He's going to dive off down into the corner. Gets close to that yellow line. Trying to make this corner just as short as possible. Trying to take Ricky J. Trying to take Magoo. Trying to take Brain Fade with him. Off of turn number 4, though. Ryan Voiles to the race lead in Robbie Neises' number 54 car. So with Voiles now up in front in that 54. Closing in on lap 54 at it. Got Grant Wesley behind him, who has been a dominant force in this race in the 88. KJ now dive into the bottom, getting in front of Ricky J. Ricky J was able to push that 54 to the race lead. And KJ's hoping that that 93 car can push him to the front. So critical, so crucial to have track position as we get into the second half of this race. Talking about the first half maybe not being a big deal. Now it's getting a little more serious. DJ Champ trying to get low in front of that inside line. I think he's trying to cycle this 88 out of here because Wesley has been one of the other fast cars in this race. I think you always want to try to get those guys out of the way. If you have a fast car, you don't want any other fast cars up there by you. You want all the slow cars with you, believe it or not. You don't want anyone trying to putz around or muscle you around. You want to be the muscle. Yeah. Side by side, wheel to wheel battle for the race lead. A pair of Chargers out in front. The old gen, the last gen, before the new gen rolls into dealerships later this year. They're battling for the race lead. Brian Voiles on the outside in the 54. DJ Champ on the bottom, the pole sitter in the 91. He's edging ahead here off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, and Voiles is starting to have some blinky blink issues. That's not fun for those cars behind him. They're still side by side here. Coming to lap 52 of 94. They are still side by side for the race lead. Lap 53 now. Here in the Robbie Neises Memorial Race from the Talladega Superspeedway, DJ Champ edging out in front. Brian Voiles really wants to lead this lap. He gets to the bottom. DJ Champ throws the block on him. He's going to dive back to the outside. Folks, it's lap 54. That 54 car wants to be out in front. He tried everything he could down the back straightaway. Got a hellacious run off of turn 2. Wasn't able to get there. It's coming to lap 54. It's going to be DJ Champ taking it. No prizes. Just glory on the line for the 91. He takes it. It's a prize enough in itself. And again, should be closing in on pit stops here in 5-6 laps or so. And we've kind of put ourselves into these weird windows. Should be able to make it on 2 more stops from here with ease because of the cautions we've gotten. Brian Voiles back to the race lead. AJ's peeking out of line a little bit there. There's single file on the bottom. That's your indication that we're thinking about pitting. Get you to about lap 78 if you can pit around lap 60. Should give you plenty of fuel to make it to the end. We're juking, we're jostling, we're jiving. We're having fun here at the front of the field. Grant Wesley to the inside of KJ. Oh no. I won't stand for that if I'm KJ. Get back up there and get him back. I'll try at least. Got a little blip there in the radar, folks. Apologies for that. Should be back going now. So these guys are getting single file. This is where we start to get a little worried. And we're all around the bottom now. See how Brian Voiles gets to the lead? He just tries to he pulls everyone to the bottom. Always does, always does. Oh, folks, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm getting nervous up here in the booth. I hope you're getting nervous at home. There's one coming to pit lane. Couldn't tell who it was. Oh, it's 4 Wings. He's going into the grass. Oh, no. Get back on pit lane, but that will be a penalty for the 31. Kathy, no kidding. He takes the bottom, he gets up a little bit, goes low, gets back. He could be a menace out there. He really could be. From the end of this race, that 54 could be a little reckless, a little crazy. Coming to pit road. Wesley really aggressive. KJ aggressive. He's going to get into the 54. Voiles around. Caution going to be out again as we're trying to pit under green. Seth Cole involved. KJ stuck in the grass with a tire down. Caution for the 3rd time tonight. The 3rd time. As we were trying to make green flag pit stops. We're struggling tonight, folks. Looks like there were 2 incidents that happened, too. So this one with KJ. He's in the 54, and then also the 03 gets in the 81. Seth lost a tire in the 07. He wasn't involved in the incident, so misspoke there. Apologies, Seth. You know how it is, though. I see this secondary one. The 03 getting into the 81. Godfrey. So, 3rd caution of the night out here from the Talladega Superspeedway. I think we're going to try to dial up the driver of the 54 here. That was our plan if we got another caution, and I don't think we wanted to dial him up after being involved in one, but dial him up nonetheless. KJ limping around here without a tire. Wings is stopped. Has to let some cars on by. 07 and 029 have to get around the 21 and the 19. We'll wait for him to get back in formation before we try to dial him up. All right, let's go ahead and dial up Mr. Brian Voiles. Brian Voiles, this is Joe up in the JTN booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going, Joe?
Oh, it's going good. I was planning on, if we got another yellow, trying to call you up here, but I wasn't planning on you being involved in it. What happened there out your rear view?
I believe the old 29 locked his brakes up and just kind of lost it, got into me and turned us up on the track, but it happens sometimes.
Well, sounds like you're at least positive about it because you've driven from the back to the front of this field already in this race. What's it going to take here, though, with less time to do so when we get back going for you to get this 54 back out in the wind?
Just be a little bit more aggressive probably than I was this last run and hopefully we get a green flag pit stop and I can make up a little bit in the pits.
What's it like driving this 54 for Robbie tonight?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I wish he was in it. We really missed the dude, man. He was always fun to be around and always had something to say. He was never a loss for words, and we really miss him over here. As far as I know, all the community out here in NR 2003 misses him.
Well, you got a good thing going here with this 54 tonight. Got a great field of drivers. Obviously, you're an integral part of this clubhouse here. What's it mean to see just the amount of support for Robbie tonight to commemorate what he was, especially as a sim racer in this community and a friend?
Yeah, with all the people that are here, it's just, it just shows how much that Robbie meant to the guys. This is several different leagues throughout the community that are here representing, to honor Robbie in this way. And it's just it just shows that what a guy he was and how much he meant to everybody.
Well, Brian, I know you got to get refocused here for this restart. Want to quickly thank you for the impromptu, hey, talk to us here on JTN. Best of luck here throughout the rest of this race. Go get that 54 back up front and get ready to talk with us again at the night's end.
All right, brother. Well, hope I get to see you there again and have another talk.
Best of luck here, Brian. Thanks for talking with us. Brian Boyles, he's in the 54 tonight. Going to be restarting out towards the back, but I have a lot of faith that he's going to get that car back out in front. Let's go ahead and reset you here as we get ready to go back green. We should get the one to go when we get to the line. It's Grant Wesley back out in front, believe it or not. This 88 car has been a force to be reckoned with tonight. Nelly there in the 103. Looks like he's going to come to pit road here. Actually, a couple cars. Wesley also electing to come to pit road. Ooh, interesting. Gonna go back green with under 30 laps to go. Maybe try to make this last pit stop a little bit shorter. Maybe you only have to take fuel, or maybe you only take a can and a half. You don't take tires. Might be what some of these drivers are trying to do, shorten things up for themselves. Silver Bullet will assume the race lead. We will go back green coming to lap 66 of 94, so we'll go back with 29 laps to go. All right, folks, get ready. Lock in here. Lock the heck in. Silver Bullet out in front. Ricky J, Brain Fade, Monty Keller, and DJ Champ. They're your top 5 here for this restart. As we'll get ready to come back to green. That's my favorite thing. Get ready to come back to green. Green flag. We're back underway here from Talladega. Silver Bullet trying to lead that field down on the bottom. Ricky J now jumps to the outside to get in front of DJ Champ. He's got help from Tyler Mallon, Jeff Goodpaster. DJ Champ diving to the bottom, then 91, not afraid to make an aggressive move. Not afraid at all. Yeah, and he's on the bottom by himself trying to get the race lead. Man, oh man, he's going to do everything here. Side draft, bump draft there to the back of the 4. Saw him get a little wobbly, maybe clip the wall. Now as this 4's away, you got inside line, they're trying to mount a charge. 2 fast cars in that line, Brian Voiles, Grant Wesley, and of course led by the pole sitter there in the 91. So we close in on 20 laps to go here from Talladega. The pit window will open here when we get to lap 75, 76. Pit window opens. Just a little bit. Maybe you want to get closer to 80 just to be sure. Oh, one on the bottom. That's Monty Keller. He's down on the apron. RJ going to get loose. The 03 up and over. Big crash here off of turn number 2. Caution going to be out. And the big one strikes at Talladega. Another one on its roof. Can't tell. That's Jessica Shelton now as it gets back on the wheels. Caution. Saw how this one started ever so briefly as Monty Keller got down on the apron. Maybe some warp caused that to happen? Not too sure. '94 was unfortunately a victim of NR 2003 physics. They're different than real physics, folks. Really, this thing... Big hit there. Goo was involved in this one in the 144. Terry Scott, Nelly. Oh. Looks like KJ might have had a good, oh, big hit there for Monty. Seth Cole, he got some damage in it. So let's go on board with the 029 of KJ. I think he's going to give us a pretty good look through this. See, you're going to see that 028 on the apron up ahead. Then there's the wreck. KJ doing a fantastic job. On board, let's go front bumper cam with Brian Voiles. All of a sudden, you're going to see this 028. He's just going to shoot out to the left here. There he is. Front row. And it's on. a good idea of what the explosion of the mass of cars looks like. Alright, well, you wanted things to get really interesting. We're gonna go back green somewhere around lap 73. That puts us 22 laps to go. It's about 4 laps too many. I say about, though. It's maybe, just maybe, you try to stretch things a little bit. Give yourself the opportunity to try to make it to the end of this race on this pit stop. Why not? What could go wrong? You know, that's what I would say. Top off on fuel here. And just let it rip. That's what I would be doing. You're seeing pit stops now underway. Let's reset. Let's see how things cycle out once these pace car lights go out. Gonna be interesting to see what happens here. It's my favorite word, by the way, folks. Interesting. Interesting. Because things truly are very interesting when we get down to the end of these races. Never quite know exactly what you're gonna see. Never quite know exactly what's gonna happen. One thing we do know, though, is there'll be a race winner. There'll be a loser, unfortunately. There'll be some guys that finish up on the podium. They'll tell you that they had a great time, but deep, deep down, they're just a little bit disappointed. They're just a little bit frustrated that they didn't have that little bit more to try to come home and seal the deal and get a victory. That's all it is, folks. It's not that much. It's not that hard. Just you gotta get that little bit extra. Try to seal the deal. Try to get a race victory in a race like this tonight. Expect the pace car lights to go out. It will. We'll go back green on lap 74. 21 laps to go. Again, outside of the number to make it to the end of this race, but you see a lot of cars coming down pit lane here to try to top off on fuel. If you get a caution, or if you get one caution here before the end of this race, you should be good to go. You should be able to save enough fuel to make up that 2 or 3 lap difference, depending on who you talk to down in the garage area. But these cars that stayed out, they're probably going to need a caution or 2 to make it to the end. Or if you get a quick caution here, you come back down, you pit, you wipe your hands clean, you're good to go. That's what you're looking at. With almost, It will be 21, but almost 20 laps to go here from Talladega. Almost. That's the fun operator here. Let's get ready to go back green. It's DJ Champ, the pole sitter, with control for this restart. Brian Voiles, Silver Bullet, Nelly, and Furco, your top 5, coming back to the green. Again, 21 laps to go here from the Talladega Superspeedway in the Robbie Neises Memorial Race. Green flag, and we're back underway. Already, cars ducking out of line. It's Randy Waugh getting to the inside of KJ. See Wings leading Grant Wesley in the 88. The 49 of Brain Fade also trying to go to the front. Top 3 are single file. They're not linked up just yet. A lot of space between these cars here on this restart. Have to think there's some different strategies, especially among those drivers at the back of the field. I wonder, folks, if we're going to see a little bit of a tamer run to the finish with drivers trying to save enough fuel to make it to the checkered flag. Up in front, though, it's Brian Voiles going for the race lead. He wants to get that 54 back out in the wind. He's got help from Silver Bullet there in the number 4. 54 back to the point. 20 laps to go here from Talladega. He's trying to find a way to put that 54 in victory lane where it so belongs here in this race tonight. Silver Bullet now there in second. This pack of quick maths is 10. Separating itself from the second pack, that's the rest of the field left in this race, of about 12 to 13. And even there, then, those guys are strung out back there. DJ Champ now pushing that 54 out in front. Low 29 is going to go around here in turn number 3. He's around. Field going to try to skid around it, but that's going to cause a caution. And that's going to make things a little bit better for these drivers at the front and a lot better for those at the back. Maybe not for the drivers at the front. Let's get a replay what happened here to KJ. I think he got a bump. Might have went wrong. Let's see. Oh, he gave a bump, then got in front of Nelly. Down some tires, so at 29 gonna have to sneak around here. Caution again out for the 5th time tonight. Here in the Robbie Neises Memorial Race. It's part of Bomb Squad Racing League being the host here tonight. Want to again send out our condolences and our well wishes to Robbie's entire family, the entire Neises family. You know what Robbie meant to us here at BSR. Only can imagine what he meant to you. And yes, just sending along our condolences. Hope that we're able to put a little bit of a smile on your face tonight as we do one of the many things that we know we loved. And racing tonight here, sim racing at Talladega Superspeedway. Expect a lot of these cars that had stayed out to come down pit lane here. That ends up being the case. Wings stays out in the 31. Wesley staying out, but everyone else coming down pit lane because the window of opportunity is open. We can make it to the end on fuel here from here, folks. Don't worry about what they put in the car. Just fill her up, get out of your stall, and go, go, go. Got some contact there. As cars were getting released, Brian Voiles collected up in it. Also saw one going back through the grass. That's Jimmy Dale. And all that track position the 54 crew worked for to get back. Gonna have to restart once again at the back here. See if we can't see what happened here from high above a little bit better. I think there's contact with 33, the 2 maybe. Yeah, 2's trying to get to his box. The 103's coming out. Those 2 are teammates. So a little bit extra care being paid by the 2 to the 103 maybe than if it was someone else. Nonetheless, though, it hurts the 54. Wings coming down pit road. Down 31, so he'll top off. He'll be good to go. So really, the 88, the only one to stay out here. You know, he pit under the last caution the last time around. So thinking is going to be able to save some fuel here. He's going to have his track position back. Should be good to go, but we'll have to watch and see what happens with this 88. I would bank on another caution here because things are going to... That dial gets turned from 10 to 11, and once it goes over 10, it's hard to keep the cap on the thing. But going to be a fitting end to this race here. Again, can't thank you folks enough for tuning in. If you have any fond memories you'd like to share, we'd love to hear them in chat. And yeah, again, can't thank you enough for tuning in. Encourage you to drop a like. Yeah, that's about it, folks. It's gonna be fun. It's fun tonight. We're having fun. Talladega. It's a memorial race, so these drivers all know what's on the line. It's a big deal to win these races. But we're gonna have a fun time coming to the end of this one. That's for sure. Whew. Catching my breath up here in the booth, folks, 'cause I know I'm gonna need it. Gonna go back green, I believe, with 15 to go. Back green lap 81. 15 or 14? 14. 14. We're gonna have some fun to the end of this one. So Grant Wesley has the least amount of fuel on board. Everyone else topped off here under this caution. So everyone else good to go. They're all single file though. So 88, or this 88's gonna be using up the most fuel too, running out in front. So that's something to keep in mind. Probably wouldn't hurt for Grant to get behind someone here for 5 or 6 laps just to try to save a little bit extra. Just by the fact that a lot of cars that also pit under that last lap, under the last caution, like Grant did, I think it gives me worry for this 88 team being able to make it to the end. But you never know. That's why we race these things too, right? So pace car will duck in. Grant Wesley will have control here for the restart again, coming to 14 laps to go. Wait. Fans on their feet. They're not going to use their seat too much more here tonight, folks. Green flag, and we're back underway from Talladega. Good restart there from the 088, but you see again, Silver Bullet, always aggressive. Trying to find a way around him here on the restart. Not going to be a lot of give left, but a whole lot of take incoming. Already see the 91 getting to the inside of the 4 and try to shuffle him out of line. Got help from Nelly there in the 103. Miller in the 86 with a good rebound after being involved in that big one. Same thing with Nelly. Both of them up inside the top 5 once again. See Randy Waugh in the 21 also getting in line. He takes over the 5th spot. Now DJ Champ going to try to go to the outside of Grant Wesley, looking for the race lead, heading down into turns 1 and 2. More cars on the bottom than the top. It's tied right now if you count those 2 stragglers there between the 4 and the 18. Wonder where they're going to go as Wesley continues to hold on to the lead down the back straightaway. Saw Miller duck low. He thought about making a move. He thought about it, but he got back in line. Let's head down into turns 3 and 4. They'll be side by side for the race lead. DJ Champ now has some supporting cast behind him. Might need a little bit more of a push from Nelly, though, to try to get back up even with this 88 of Wesley. They're still side by side for the race lead. That lap goes to... Our timing and scoring apparently is very slow tonight. That's somebody. Oh, they tied. They tied. Don't worry about it, folks. They tied. There was no difference. Timing and scoring says they were both the leader. Nah, don't worry about it. Ain't no thing. DJ Champ, though, now able to juke ahead here, coming to 11 laps to go from Talladega. He's way high here. That 91 car, constantly a rocket ship on these super speedway races. Has the lead with authority. Now can he keep it? Inside line starts to have some good help. They'll need a lot of it here. Because again, the momentum always carries the outside, and you're seeing that as the top two are now clear halfway down the back straightaway. They're still clear here through turns 3 and 4. Battle right now is for third. In the 88 and the 4. 88 again, he'll edge ahead, but then the momentum carries the outside. Silver Bullet now gets out in front. Watch to see if this 4 car dives to the bottom if given the opportunity. That's a big if. Top 2 still clear as the 4 is now taking over the lead of the inside. See Brian Voiles, he's pushing Magoo to the outside lane. He's trying to go. Now going to try to go 3 wide inside of Monty Keller. Voiles being a little stinker back there, being a little aggressive here late in this race. Under 10 to go. You have to be, folks. You just have to be. And when those aggressive moves continue to come, because they will, further and further towards the front of the field, mind you, that's when you start to see problems occur. Top 3 all clear right now, though, of the inside line. See if they, again, as the inside line, or as the outside gets clear, it becomes more and more tempting for that next car on the outside to dive to the bottom because he sees 3, 4, 5, whatever that number is, cars in front of him. And the only way he can get by them is to get out from behind them. Watch the momentum start to shift here, too, because you're going to see guys on the outside, if they don't start making moves, they're going to lose their momentum. You see Voiles, again, trying to make moves to the inside of the inside line. Forces Randy Waugh out of line. DJ Champ sees the move from Tyler Mallon and Ricky J. He drops to the bottom to block it. Now Mallon through to second, getting around Nelly. DJ Champ, though, still with the race lead. Coming to lap 88, 7 laps to go. I agree. Side by side for second. Ricky J has Grant Wesley right behind him. Again, Brian Voiles continues to just dive to the inside of whoever's in front of him. My goodness. He wants to go right now. And that 54 is back inside the top 10. Top 3, maybe top 4, going to be single file here. As Tyler Mallon now gets to the outside of DJ Champ here to turns 1 and 2. He's going to try to take the race lead the long way instead of the short way around this racetrack. And 91 might get some help. He might not. 54 also going to just get out of line. He doesn't want to push anyone. He wants to be the leader. Tyler Mallon now through for the race lead. They're 3 wide for 6th, by the way. Don't worry, though. We're good. Coming to 5 laps to go. Three wide for 6th. 2 wide for 2nd. Not 3 wide for 5th. Why not? That 3 car's doing good by himself in the middle. DJ Champ has a little bit more help now. The bottom line's the one that's formed up. Let's see what the 91 car can do here down the back straightaway. 4.5 laps to go. Is the 54 going to once again dive out of line? He's looking to get by this 88 car. Brian Voiles decided to turn up the excitement meter. The 86 is around. This is going to bring out a caution, folks. We're going to stay here at the front of the field. We're racing back. This will be the finish to the race. 54 and 91 contact. This the battle for second as they're 3 wide coming to the line. Tyler Mallon out in front. He's going to be the one to take the yellow first. That 54 is going to get across the line second. The 91 third. That's going to be how this race most likely finishes, folks. A miraculous run back to the front for the 54, but it's cut short with the caution. Let's get you a replay of what happened here in turn 3. High above from the helicopter view. 033 to the back of the 86. Gets some sideways. No one else makes contact, but unfortunately, car sideways. Seth Cole goes around for good measure. Oh no, Seth. I did catch that one. In the race back to the line, my golly gee. Yeah. This was pretty good. Let's it all starts back here, down the back straightaway. That happens behind, but the 54 just, he had such a big run down the back straightaway. I don't know where he was getting these runs. Maybe threw some tape on the grill under that last caution, was just waiting a few laps. But my goodness, 3 wide to the line for second. Ryan does a great job, too, at kind of forcing those guys up. But some folks won't like it. I think he did it clean. He told them, you can go up a little bit more. A little bit more. I need a little bit more. I think probably going to be a disappointment for the Forest Silver Bullet, but, man. We're under caution. I don't know why the little caution graphic turned off, but, yeah, pretty fun little fight there to the finish, huh? But do believe this race will end under caution because the pace car lights did not, they'll have to go out next time at the line. We'll see if they do. If they don't, though, it's going to be Tyler Mallon taking home the race win. If they do, it'll be a 1-lap dash to the finish of this race. Whew. Boy, oh boy, folks. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a race to that finish. If it was the finish. I'm hoping it's not. I know everyone at home's hoping it's not. Probably a lot of guys out there on track hoping it's not. Definitely the 54. He's hoping it's not the finish, but absolute thriller for sure. If the pace car lights go out, we'll get a 1-lap dash. They stay on. So Tyler Mallon's going to be your race winner here tonight. Brian Voiles going to finish second. DJ Champ going to be third. Silver Bullet, Furco, Grant Wesley, David Cannon, Brain Fade, Ricky J, and Nelly, your top 10. Again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN here tonight for this race. Very special race. Encourage you to stick around. We'll talk with our top 3 finishers here. Remember, if you have some stories to share, we'd love to hear them in chat. Just overall, a really fun night here. In Talladega. Remember, click the like button if you haven't already as well. Yeah, fun night tonight, folks. Fun night tonight. It's hard to sum up a race like this because we saw chaos, calamity, aggressive driving, good driving at that. Good aggressive driving. Didn't see anyone make a massive mistake. Obviously, you know, one brings out the caution that ends this race. Novel by Zach Rogers, Death Craver, is now available on Amazon. Here on your one to go, we encourage you to go check that book out now. Profiling the rise of a young racer through some very dark underground racing. But Death Craver, it's out now on Amazon. Go give it a look. Looky loo. Madison, we hope we did him proud here tonight. Yeah. Glad that you're able to tune in tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're healing. No, it is never easy to have a loss, especially of someone of that magnitude in your life, and yeah. Hope you're doing well and you continue to do better each and every day. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope we provided you with a little bit of distraction or comfort or healing or whatever you got out of tonight. Hope it was good, and can't thank you enough for tuning in and allowing us to do this race tonight. This field makes their way off of turn 4 for the final time tonight. It's Tyler Mallon, a familiar sight out in front of the field in one of these races, sponsored by the Bomb Squad Racing League. It's a familiar face at the front and second in a unfamiliar car for him, but a familiar car for those at home. The 54, Brian Voiles, piloting the car made famous by Robbie Neises there in second. And oh yeah, the fastest guy in town in qualifying, DJ Champ, he's there in third. Field makes their way to the start-finish line for the final time. It's going to be Tyler Mallon taking home checkered flag here tonight at Talladega in the Robbie Neises Memorial Race. I see the... Oh, he's trying to congratulate him. Well, kind of worked. So we'll get to talk with Tyler, we'll get to talk with Brian, we'll get to talk with DJ here after this race. Folks, again, can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN here tonight. Make sure, again, leave those stories Love to hear them. And, yeah. I'm gonna watch Tyler Mallon have some fun if he doesn't get wrecked here a couple more times before he gets back around. Tyler Mallon takes home another checkered flag. He's just gonna... I think he's just gonna pull it down the pit lane. So we'll move on to our post-race coverage. Let's go ahead and we'll get you those results on your screens. There's your top 20 here tonight. Let's go ahead and start by talking with the driver that finished third here this evening. Driver of the number 91, BSR DJ Champ. DJ, you got a copy?
10-4.
Man, it was so much fun to watch you in that 91 tonight because you were one of the guys out there making aggressive moves, trying to make sure you're out in front of the field. Is that always the strategy for you in this 91 bunch?
Yeah, this type of racing I can be. I have it set up to be real super aggressive, so I can drive it anywhere. And I made a mistake. I let Tyler get that high lane. That's what cost me the race. But I just, at least I got the top third. That's my more.
How much does it mean to get that podium finish in a race like we had here tonight?
Pretty important, or pretty much any one of your races, because I don't get too many podium races because things happen, and I run aggressive setups and stuff, and so I just was just happy to finish in the top three so I can be up here.
I want to say I'm a Mopar guy through and through, so I always enjoy seeing you out there on track because you have one of the best, if not the best looking SRT out there. How much does that Hemi power really like make a difference for you out there on track?
Asked Brian Bose. He drove a Hemi, and so I gave him a lot of hassle on the practice race on Friday. So ask him, how does it feel to drive a Hemi?
Will do. DJ, I want to ask you too. Obviously tonight, Robbie Neises Memorial Race. Just wanted to get your thoughts, and obviously a great turnout for all these drivers. What's that mean for, as a member of this clubhouse, what does that mean to you? And if you have any stories to share, I want to give you the opportunity to do so.
I'm just glad everybody showed up to honor Robbie Neises. I raced with him a little bit at ECT, and then when he came over here, and so it's I'm glad his family could see the turnout that everybody was supporting him.
Well, DJ, again, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight and the pole as well. Congratulations on that. Before that, I want to give you the opportunity. You got some great backers behind you, some great folks supporting you. Floor is yours. I think you know what to do.
Yep. Thank you for broadcasting the race. I always enjoy your races. And Kathy and Brian Bowles for actually doing all these TV races. It couldn't happen without them, and all the BSRs, admins, and who put this race together. It was a fun race to race tonight.
Well, it was a fun race for us to watch up here in the booth, and you made it. You were a big part of that, DJ. Congratulations on the stellar result here tonight. Third place finish. Pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you. I want to talk with you more, man. We just need to get the reliability of that car just a little bit better, right? I think that's kind of where the next little tuning needs to be.
10-4.
DJ, congratulations on a great result. Thanks for talking with us. And I hope to be talking with you again soon. BSR DJ Champ, he's the driver of the 91. Got that SRT Hellcat power underneath him. He is your third place finisher. Let's go ahead and talk to another one of those Dodges that was out in the field tonight. He's the driver of the number 54 BSR, Brian Voiles. Brian, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. We got a copy.
All right. Well, you're talking with me after the race, like we talked about there under that one caution. Race got cut short, though. What did you have there for Tyler coming to the end?
A hope and a prayer, and hopefully Robbie was on the back end pushing as hard as he could push.
That 54 looked good out there in the wind, and I have a mailbag question for you actually from DJ. He wanted to ask, what's it like to have a real motor underneath you with that Hemi?
Well, I hate to disappoint him, but right before the race is when we started in the back. We thought about running a Mopar, but then we put my Ford motor in, so that's when we had to scratch and go to the back.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm disappointed to hear that too. So that's whatever. It doesn't matter. Brian, we saw you go to the back to the front multiple times here tonight. Really aggressive there on that last run. What goes into just it's skill, but there's more than that goes into being able to make those runs and kind of slice and dice your way through the field, right?
Yeah, well, there was a great racer, Superspeedway racer a few years ago that said he could actually see the wind. And I kind of believe him sometimes.
You think you can see the wind? You can see the air?
I don't know. It feels like it sometimes. The car just takes off and goes when I hit the right spots.
Is there anything, if there's a young Brian Voiles out there that wants to get really good at the Superspeedway race, and what would your one piece of advice be?
I'll just practice patience and running with a bunch of great guys like we run over here that allow us to be the way we are. We have some of the greatest Superspeedway racers they are in this league, running open setups like we do, side by side, door to door. Things do occasionally happen. It's internet, and that's our worst enemy out here, is the warp. But if it wasn't for that, I think we could probably run almost every race we run without a caution.
Well, it was a great race here tonight, Brian. Turn our attention to the race itself. We talked a little bit about it there in the middle of the race when we got a chance to talk with you, but great turnout. We talked about that. Great showing of support for Robbie. What's it mean to you though to kind of seal the deal, get a podium finish? I know wanted one spot better, but to get that stellar run tonight in that 54. What extra does it mean to you? One, because you're driving the 54, but also because of what this means to this league, what Robbie meant to this clubhouse, and just I don't know. A good summation of your thoughts, I think, is what I'm looking for.
It was all about Robbie, and he was a brother to us, a friend, a member of the NASCAR racing community. He loved racing. Even on his worst nights, whenever he was sick, didn't feel good, for the last several months, he would still be in here and be out there running, even though he wasn't able to really race. And what we do here meant the world to him, and he meant the world to us. And all the guys here in this club, we were so honored and thankful that he was a member of our club there at the end, and we're able to come out here and honor him in the way we have tonight.
Well, y'all did a spectacular job. Brian, congratulations on the great run. Before we let you go, want to give you the opportunity. Got a lot of great folks behind you. Got a lot of great folks to shout out for helping put on this event. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
All right. First of all, thank my lovely wife, Miss Kathy, as always. If it wasn't her, I probably wouldn't be doing this. Got to thank all the admins here, BSR, do take care of all the behind the scenes work. Magoo, the owner, for several years ago of having this dream, and this is a product of his great dream that he had. Got to thank you guys, JT and Joe, you've been with us for several years now, and it's been an honor to be able to come out here and go back and watch your broadcast and all the great memories that you've recorded and done for us. I don't know. Here you go, Robbie, buddy. That was for you. I done the best I could do, brother.
Brian, did a spectacular job here tonight. As always, it's a pleasure to get to talk with you. Can't thank you enough for your support of what we do here at JTN, for helping give us the opportunity to be a part of this great event here tonight. Congratulations on a great result. Again, always a pleasure talking with you. Hope to be talking with you again soon. And go soak this one in. Congratulations.
Rest in peace, Robbie.
It's our Brian Voiles. He's the driver of the number 54 here this evening. Your second place finisher. Let's go ahead and finally talk with our race winner down in victory lane. He's the driver of the number 18, BSR Tyler Mallon. Tyler, do you have a copy?
I have a copy, Joe.
Where did you come from tonight?
Oh, I was just kind of hanging around for a lot of the race, saving a bit of gas where I could, just to see if I could make it an extra lap.
That second to last, or third to last, I guess, because we had the last caution that ended the race. But third to last caution comes out. A lot of folks come down and top off on fuel. We get a quick caution after that, and a lot of you guys decide to come back down pit lane. Was it just that first stop was a Hail Mary in case it went green to the end, or why the sudden just, okay, I'm going to come back down and top off anyways for that second caution?
So what we were actually planning on doing is myself, the 93, the 181, the 33, and the 86. We were all going to pit with about 16 laps to go if it went green. We were going to short pit everybody so we could be more aggressive on pit road and we wouldn't lose a lap. And then if a caution came out, we would cycle out to the lead because we didn't have to pit again for the rest of the race. And we were also hoping that because we were more aggressive on pit road, we would gain some time, because if everyone else pits together, they're going to be slower because they're going to have to be
more careful,
give each other a lot more room. Caution came out, and that kind of killed our strategy. So we ended up at the back and then had to ride back up through the field, which unfortunately the 93 and I got separated, but it worked
for
out
you.
great for me. It didn't work out so well for him, which I felt bad about. But
I was gonna say, you guys were pretty close to making that pit stop there before that caution came out.
Yeah,
like next time around, right?
Yeah, literally, we were hoping to go green one more lap, because if we pitted then, we would have had the fuel to make it to the end. But it is what it is. It still worked out. It was a lot of fun being out here with these guys again. I mean, season's over. We're doing fun runs a lot now. I wasn't able to make it to the last one, but just being on track with these guys is a lot of fun, and especially putting on this race for Robbie, who was very close with all of us. We miss Robbie a lot.
Talk about, I mean, this is a big event and whatnot, but what does it mean to kind of be the one sitting at the top of the mountain for this race for Robbie tonight?
It means a lot, you know. When I was crossing the line, I was like, Robbie's looking down on me for this one. He helped me get to this one. Talladega was his favorite track. He was great here. He loved to come here every time. I think we had the Saturday series. I think he would be here every Talladega race. I'm not sure, but I think so. But he was smiling down on me. That's meant a lot.
Well, big win here tonight, Tyler. Great turnout for this league as well. You're sitting down there in victory lane. Know you got a lot of folks behind you. Got a lot of folks to shout out here tonight. Want to give you ample opportunity to do so. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
Well, first off, I want to thank you for broadcasting tonight. We've got Brian Boyles for sponsoring the series, Magoo for putting this race on, everyone who came out to honor Robbie tonight. It means a lot to have, because he raced everywhere. I mean, it means a lot to have this many cars show up for a memorial race for a guy who was so well loved by pretty much everyone that knew him in this community. There were a lot of smiles when he was around. And he loved to laugh. So he's going to be very dearly missed. So shout out to Robbie and his family. And Interstate Batteries for being on the car, I guess. But yeah, this one's for Robbie.
Tyler, I know he's looking down. He's smiling. Congratulations on a great win here tonight. Always a pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you. Hope and partially know we're going to be talking with you again soon. Go soak this one in. Go celebrate. And yeah, can't thank you enough for your time here tonight.
Thank you very much.
BSR Tyler Mallon, the race winner in the Robbie Neises Memorial from Talladega. Folks, that is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. We encourage you, again, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video, but also, if you have any stories, have any memories to share, you can either put them in chat, or once this broadcast gets saved to YouTube, how it does, encourage you to leave your stories in the comments section below. It's a good message board for sharing those stories, for sharing the laughs that you shared with Robbie. I still remember the thing that always stuck with me about Robbie is the first time he was in one of the races, he made it a point to make sure I said his last name right, and he said, it's Robbie Neises, like nicest guy you ever met. Shared a smile, shared a laugh, shared a passing story with all of these drivers here tonight, with so many people in this community. Can't thank you folks enough for being a part of this race at home, for all the drivers being a part of it at the racetrack tonight. Again, Tyler Mallon going home with the race win, Brian Voiles and DJ Champ, your podium here this evening. Encourage you again to leave those stories in the lives chat or also down in the comments below the video. Folks, it's been a pleasure to call this race tonight. A big thank you to Brian and Kathy Voiles Trucking. They sponsor everything that we do here pretty much at Bomb Squad, so a big thank you to them. A big thank you to Magoo and this entire admin team for giving us this opportunity to come out and call these races. It's a pleasure. It's a great honor, and yeah, had a lot of fun tonight here from Talladega. With all that being said, though, folks, for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, I've been Joe Towanski. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
Three wide for second, but Sean Whitehill is going to bring it home and win the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ricky J closing up off turn 4. He's going to have a run to the inside. He blocks into the grass. Checkers out. Hardy wins it.
Ricky, what's going on in your brain right now?
Yeah, putting on 4 big rubber shoes and 2 gallons of, not 2 gallons, 2 cans of exploding dino juice here, Joe.
Down to the tunnel turn. These guys are throwing it through there and around to the back.
No!
The wall, as well as RJ Bishop. Down in front of Keith Hughes. Oh, no! Big hit. RJ Bishop. Oh, my God.
Big wreck.
Big crash into the wall.
Oh,
the leaders have wrecked. Ricky J is upside down. Magoo is hard in the wall. Tyler Mallon escapes with no damage. Everybody else in this main group, including Nelly, is junk.
Through the north chute they'll go. The 24's into the wall. Almost contact there. The 10 with the shallow entry into turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Folks, the 24's in the wall. They make contact. Turn around. Napick goes on through the flip. Rich Napick's going to win the Culver Block 200 in thrilling fashion.